Well, we've got an overall warm and dry pattern, and that's helping to keep smoke across much of central North America. In fact, temperatures could be getting close to 90 by later next week. Smoke is back across the central part of North America, including Minnesota once again. That Canadian wildfire smoke, we just have this upper level ridge that just keeps kind of spreading it around clockwise across the area. So notice the skies get hazy yesterday, a little bit hazier today, and we're starting to see that air quality reduce once again too, back into the moderate category across most of central and southern Minnesota. So not unhealthy yet, but definitely an uptick in some of the particulates here in the lower atmosphere, and expected to stay probably in that moderate category here over the next couple of days, maybe even diminishing some as we head into Wednesday before the smoke clears. So last week, of course, it was at its peak. We got up to about 170, which is unhealthy for everybody. And early this morning, it did get into that unhealthy category for sensitive groups, but overall kind of at that moderate level. And again, expected to stay there today and tomorrow, pretty much statewide, though the current conditions for northeastern Minnesota are a little better in that good quality. So we had about 1.5 clear days here. Saturday, you could see the completely blue skies before things got hazy. So this is NASA's smoke model showing the thickest smoke across northern Minnesota. But as we head into Wednesday, we are going to see some of that smoke spread a little further south. So it is going to get probably hazier across much of the area before things improve. It looks like later this week should have some clearer days again. But we've got this upper level ridge kind of centered over the west with some breaks in it occasionally, letting some moisture get through to in the southern plains. But overall, air is circulating aloft clockwise, and that just keeps pushing the smoke in our direction. Got another warm day tomorrow, back into the 80s, low 80s, even some mid 80s in western Minnesota, but a very brief cool front comes through Tuesday night into Wednesday, kind of a backdoor cool front like we had last week. You can see the cool air to the south, or east rather, sort of brush us. This is Tuesday night into early Thursday. So Wednesday, temporarily cooler, back down to around 70, probably in the 40s overnight. Wednesday night, 30s in northern Minnesota, and much cooler along Lake Superior. Still, though, probably close to 80 in the southwestern part of the state. So this cool air, not really very far-reaching. That's why we'll warm up briefly again, or I mean quickly again, Thursday into Friday. And it's going to come through pretty quietly. Maybe a couple of isolated showers. This is Wednesday afternoon across central and northern Minnesota, but it looks as though southern Minnesota and the Twin Cities, we say overall dry. And then the warmth just kind of builds under this upper level ridge. It's that time of year where when you have an upper level blocking ridge like this, the heat really can build in there. It looks like that's going to start to happen later this week, and in next week we'll see 90s kind of grow and make their way towards Minnesota potentially by the middle and end of next week. All of our models push us at 90 at some point next week. Might be the middle of next week or maybe late next week. So we'll be watching for some hot weather, and that's going to keep us overall pretty dry too. As I mentioned, there's kind of some buckles in the overall upper level ridge, some waves that are able to get through, but largely staying to the west. This is kind of diurnal, meaning day by day showers and thunderstorms that pop up, stable at night. So it'll stay stormy here on that kind of southwest to northeast gradient of the upper level flow in the atmosphere, but we're in the sort of middle of that upper level ridge bubble. So it's going to be hard for things to get through. Might see a few showers or thunderstorms get through Saturday night. It looks like if we can get kind of a stronger wave to sort of ride the ridge. But overall, when we look at 10-day total precipitation amounts from 4 different models, you can see pretty wet here for the south and west plains, but then you get into Minnesota, really just northern Minnesota gets some rainfall, and might be getting pretty dry here, especially if we see these hot sunny days combined with a lack of moisture. So pretty hazy, smoky skies here through Wednesday, even into early Thursday, but I think by Thursday afternoon, skies will be bluer, clearer, and it looks like that will stick around Friday into Saturday, and we'll be warming up. Looks like overall, pretty good Memorial weekend, 70s and 80s, and just maybe a chance of some showers or thunder again Saturday night if we can see some moisture break through that ridge.